Hello, Maria here from Mobile Healing and Megumi's Boutique. I wanted to talk today about something called Thoracic Outlet Syndrome. So, more and more of my clients that have been coming to me have been having Thoracic Outlet Syndrome, and the way that I diagnose it is usually by people letting me know their symptoms. Usually, it will be a pain in the neck. Sometimes it'll go down to the shoulder and the chest, and sometimes it'll be bad enough that you could feel it in your hands. Now, it might be like a shooting pain, it might be a numbing pain, it might be kind of like a staticky pain as well. This is becoming more and more common, and I always find it funny because people are like, oh yeah, there's so much tension in my shoulders because I work with my hands in front of me. Well, yeah, everybody works with their hands in front of them. Nobody works with their hands behind them. But even if you're not working and doing like the repetitive, the repetitive motions, which, you could cause a repetitive stress, like injury like that, you'll still be pretty much so stressed out sometimes, or even like bothered by the weather, particularly like cold weather. Not that it's cold right now in Florida, but I remember when I lived in North Carolina, it was really cold there during the winter. I would often catch myself like this, and I've noticed that people do that as well when they're stressed. So what happens essentially, what is thoracic outlet syndrome, is the muscles right here. These are your traps, and then this is your SCM. They usually get so tight that they will push a nerve up against your collarbone right here, and that can become very painful. And that's when you start to receive that pain, anywhere from here in the neck area to all the way down to your hands, and sometimes in the chest as well, particularly if you already have like a pre-existing condition such as me. I have like costochondritis, which is essentially inflammation of the cartilage of the chest. So the best thing to do is do your stretches, do your stretches, do your stretches, do your stretches. Try to relax throughout your day. Be mindful of how you're holding your body. So, don't do this, don't, make sure not only that you're getting some healthy movement, and you'll start to feel as well when you're not taking care of yourself. You'll start to feel the knots. You can even have a few trigger points right there as well on that whole area. So yeah, if you're not going to a massage therapist often as you should, which I personally recommend for like a healthy normal person without a lot of issues, if you're not like particularly working on an issue, to at least go twice a month. Okay, get yourself an hour or a 90-minute. Now you guys have my link to book your massages. So if you're not going, and even if you are going, I always tell my clients, like, everything is 50-50. Healing is 50-50. You could come to me and I can make you feel better, and you might feel better for a day or two. But if you continue to do the same things without actually doing any self-care, you're not really gonna, it's not gonna get a whole lot better. So what I recommend for that is, I've said it in my other videos, is a neck support. So just a pillow, and I usually have one around here, but I'll find it later. But like a kind of like a travel pillow, if you will. So something, if you don't want a travel pillow, if you want to roll up a towel and just go ahead and keep it there. But travel pillows are actually they're very comfortable. Or even just folding the pillow so that it's holding your neck. You need neck support throughout the night. So do that. Self massage as well, much like I was doing myself, like this, a percussion device, and, heat. A lot of people will say, like, oh, if it's, you know, um, inflammation, you don't want heat. But the thing is, a lot of that is not necessarily just like inflammation from there being like an illness or anything. It's just tension from holding the muscle like that. So you want to release that tension, and the best way to do it is with heat. I love the use with my personal clients when I'm working on them, and even my clients at the chiropractor and spas. I always use heat. So I'll use heat, and then I will use a percussion device, and then I will sometimes even just use like the bamboo to kind of roll out the muscle. And you can do that for yourself as well. You don't have bamboo, get a nice stick or something that's safe for you to use, nothing that's gonna get like splinters or anything, and just like roll it on there as well. I think they might make foam rollers small enough for you to do on your neck. So that and different percussion devices. I still stand by the Theragun. I have another gun now. I'm not like a huge fan of it, but it still does some of the work. It's a little too harsh for me. The Theragun has like a very like nice little beat to it, you know? But yeah, make sure you're doing your percussion. Make sure you're doing heat. If you are prone to headaches, you might want to alternate between the heat and the cold to prevent any inflammation, but you still want some of that heat to kind of help the muscles just kind of release some tension. But yeah, make sure you guys are stretching. And I know I like keep saying it, but it's really important to stretch throughout your day, especially if you're prone to get a lot of tension throughout your body, which a lot of us are. But I think that's all I have to say for today. Another thing, I just thought of it right now, is muscle rubs. There's really good muscle rubs out there. My favorite one right now, it's not necessarily a brand, but it's actually a magnesium sulfate foam. So it's pretty much like Epsom salt, because Epsom salt is just magnesium essentially. So it's in a foam, so you're able to just kind of put it on there, and it really helps a lot. So yeah, that's a good one. So if there's a specific muscle rub, because that area can be sensitive for some of us. I'm sensitive. So just do your own like research on what's the best one. I recommend the magnesium, but if you don't, it's very gentle. It's very gentle. It's not minty. It's not burning. It's just gently kind of eases the tension. It's really beautiful. So that's the one that I recommend. There's always the CBD rubs as well. Me personally, I like 500 milligrams to 1,000 milligrams. There's people that are very like sensitive to, you know, CBD and stuff, and you know, they might not like it. So yeah, just a good muscle rub will also help, you know, with some of that pain and tension. But it's best to start as well with the heat, the percussion, and then the muscle rub. But I think that's all I have to say about thoracic outlet syndrome. Just take care of yourselves, and I hope you guys learned something. Thank you so much for listening.